Alright, down here there's a secret passage. And there should be, I believe, a candle somewhere in here. Yep. Use your second to last match on the candle. And we find a secret passage. Alright, this is from James. I'll give you the gist of it. Okay, the civilization of the Dalmar is 20,000 years old. Inbreeding and cannibalism can do to people. They have a mythical background. Its simple premise is to keep an evil entity at bay which has been stalking them since the beginning of time. The history is so ancient. There's a vengeful god that would control the tribe via its many incarnations. It would be a tall feline-like figure always dwelling in the shadows and slaying any villager who would unwillingly come close. It would not only penetrate your body but your soul. The purpose of harassment is unclear. To free themselves from its clutches with the help of an amulet or charm which would effectively force the entity to retreat, 2 elements were required to perform the exorcising of this evil, and they had to be related to each other. One representing the victim, one representing the victimizer. Something related to each one was used. While I'm not sure what's referred to as the victim, I think it could be concluded that anything belonging to any villager would have served, given that they were all victims. What could possibly be related to a god, though? This god in question. Now, these elements had to be mixed with a rare medicinal plant native to the region, which had the properties to blend both items together, as long as they were not too solid. Finally, a branch of a particular tree whose name escapes me now had to be used as the holder of the blended items. It is on this item that the mysterious blessing was performed. It should be noted that all elements had to be organic, which means coming from natural things, in case you don't know. Delmar, I'm not insulting you, I'm just, just letting you know. Delmar successfully released themselves from the control of the vicious god with an intense ritual that seemed to have taken days to perform. The amulet was so powerful that the entity surrendered to their will and offered divine power in exchange for sacrifices. But the Dalmar wouldn't be fooled. They decided getting rid of this evil once and for all would be the wisest thing to do, so they managed to capture the spirit and store it in the mask. My god, the evil spirit was cast into a mask, trapped inside the confines of its blessed wood for eternity, a mask which its description bears uncanny resemblance to who am I fooling? It is that mask. Dalmar would keep the spirit at bay via regular rituals involving bloody sacrifices and the aforementioned amulet. So that's why they killed those people, is to appease the evil spirit. No, it was fear. Fear that someone else would take... Why did they savagely slaughter the neighboring tribes? It was fear that someone would take the mask and release the god. They killed to protect themselves from falling again into the Dark Ages. If they went to such extreme lengths to avoid this, then what did they have to endure when the entity was free? The rituals haven't been performed on the mask for years now. What have I done? What have I done? So, James really screwed everything up. Go ahead and take that branch. There should be something else here. Oh, letter to Christopher. This may be my last note. I'm afraid Catherine has realized what I've been doing here the whole time. In vain, I've tried to explain myself, and I know what might have been the outcome had I been insisting. If you could only believe me, because I know you intend well, but I feel the doubt in your heart. Put your rational thoughts aside and yield to the facts. If I can do it, someone who is constantly in the wonders of science ever since his childhood took in you. I'm hoping you will contemplate the possibility, blah blah blah. It is imperative that you carry on with this task. Catherine is watching my every step, and I'm afraid she'll take strong measures if I do anything out of the ordinary. Did you know she has been talking to other doctors besides you? And psychiatrists. My god, Christopher, I fear that she's willing to shut me up in a madhouse. How is it possible that you won't believe me? As if what happened with my own son wasn't enough proof. In my adjacent notes you will find an exhaustive essay on the origins of this curse and what should be done to eliminate it. I know the whole amulet deal must sound crazy, but you have to trust me. They faced a god and lived to tell it. Now it's our turn to live and tell the story. And Christopher, if we fail to remove the curse and anything happens to me, I want you to do it. And I have my complete mental faculties while I'm asking you to do this. It has been becoming more dangerous lately. Do not hesitate. There's simply no way there would be the only one who left can do it. Promise me you will. I know I'm asking you to become a cold-hearted murderer, but Christopher, our lives and possibly many others are at stake. Isn't that enough for your vow? Oh, Mouthful. I hope that's the last of the ring we need to do. Alright, so we need to call Jerry, our go-to guy. We're almost done though, we're almost to the climax of the story, so I want to finish, even though this is going to be really long. Maybe 3 or 4 episodes today.
Jerry, it's me.
Michael, I was about to call you.
Why?
I've been thinking about what you told me, and you could be onto something there, but I'm worried about your safety now. This could be dangerous.
What do you mean by
Well, let's suppose you're right, and James Blackwood is indeed hiding somewhere inside the house. He's a madman, a murderer, and your life could be in danger.
Jerry, if James Blackwood is still alive, he'd be nothing more than a harmless, decrepit old man. I don't think I'd have any problem outdoing.
And what if he...
I'm willing to take that risk. He surely knows I'm here by now. What if he's waiting for me to leave so that he can escape? I can't miss this.
The opportunity of what?
Of knowing. I'm already too much into this, Jerry. And if I don't know what happened inside this house, I won't be able to sleep again.
I don't know how you can sleep already.
You're obsessed. You were supposed to finish your book, get some rest, and now look at this. What are you going to say to your editor?
Who knows? Maybe this whole episode inspires me to write that ending. I'm sorry. I can't leave this now, Jerry. It's too late.
Sounds like he's going crazy.
I can't believe this. I don't understand you. Doesn't the possibility of spending another night in that house with a creepy old man hiding in the basement scare you?
I know what you're trying to do.
You like
Goodbye, Jerry.
popsicles?
Michael!
I'll keep you in...
Okay, I think that's the last time we hear from Jerry because Michael's all like, oh, I do what I want. Had somebody just been at the front gates? Let's go find out. If we go to the mailbox, there's a new letter. And because of Jerry, we are being evicted, pretty much. You have 2 days to leave, or we'll be taken into custody. So we have to find a way to leave the house. We start by taking our dead battery. Remember that bike generator we saw? I'm gonna put it to use. Okay, so we put the battery on here, and then how do we do this? There's a little, you can barely see it, but there's a little wire back here. So attach that and then charge it. Okay, I guess that did it. Let's find out. Okay, we'll assume that did it. So we're gonna get out of here. Oh, did I just pass up? No. Put the battery back in. Close it up. Start it up. But wait. He feels responsible for disturbing the forces that lay dormant. He has to do something. So because of Michael's morality, we can't leave. And so, it's about 4 p.m. now in the game. And if you look over here at the shadow from the tower of the house, well, in that old... Oh crap, we didn't get the photograph. Oh, I guess you can't pick it up. But if you remember, in the photograph of the maid that the maid took of Blackwood bearing his wife, it was right near the top of this tower. So you have to get it right the right spot, in just the right spot. So I think this is it. Yep. There she is. Catherine Blackwood. Yeah, we are gonna do this. We gotta use the pliers to get a tooth. And then we have to bury her back up. The reason we do that is if you remember, the ritual requires... sorry, I had something in my throat. It requires everything organic. So something representing the victim, Catherine, and the victimizer. You also might remember that the god took this like feline form, and upstairs in the gallery, James has a feline something to add to the ritual. It's this necklace over here with the lion's claw on it. And I think you have to use the pliers to get it too. Yep. Alright guys, we're getting down to the final stretch. We gotta perform the ritual. This way. Oh, I'm so excited for this ending. I hope you guys like it. It's such a good, creepy thing. Sorry, I'm trying to spoil it. Alright, so we have to grind up this stuff, so put the tooth in, wonderful. And shut it. How do I shut it? And grind it up. Get the powder. Do the same thing with the tooth. Oh, you have to open it first. Grind it up. Get that, and I think you put them on top of each other to combine them. And then we gotta head upstairs real fast. We finally have to use that oven that we used before. Where are the stairs? There we go. That we used or that we saw in the beginning of the game. And it's this left door, I think. Alright, so head over to the oven. A little stove, I guess. It's not an oven, it's a stove. And then put this on top for a surface, and then put the powder on the leaves. Put all that on top. All that on top, please. And then our final match goes to that. And we get a stone. I don't like that sound. So put the stone on the branch, we get the amulet, and it's ready to go. Let's go kill a demon. Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a demon? Oh, he's laughing. I think. Or crying. I will exorcise you! The atmosphere feels lighter, and the house is relieved. And now it's just a happy place again. And we can leave in peace, even though we disturbed everything. But wait! The scratches! Did he somehow forget about the guy in the basement? If we go over to the fireplace, we burn the wood, and now there's a grate here. Let's go down, everybody. It was supposed to be forgotten in time. I don't want to go forward, but we have to. Recognize the door? Oh my gosh, my heart is pumping just thinking about this. There's bones on the table, and there's a teddy bear. It appears to be bites that had been ripped its neck. If you remember, the maid described the Catherine Blackwood's neck as ripped, not cut, but ripped. And remember that receipt for the meat? There's traces of raw meat here dropped through the grating. What's going on down here? And what's with this big hole in the wall? My friends, a mystery is solved. So I bet you weren't expecting that. And Michael's just like, nope, I'm out of here. That was the final straw.
Unsure of what I had just seen, I raced my car and left Blackwood Manor as quickly as possible. I'm not ashamed of what I did. That disfigured face is still stalking my nightmares, and I've never put foot inside a Victorian house ever since. But there's certainly one thing that I'm grateful for. It was thanks to my encounter below that house that I was able to finish my book and become a prolific writer.
That's such a stuck-up, like, last thing. So, oh, I forgot about this. I'll be quiet. Oh, sheesh, there's a hole. He dug himself out. Alright, that's it, guys. So, you're probably very confused at this point. So, I was trying to kind of hint at it. Ooh, that's loud. What happened is their son never died. They faked his death, and I guess he was born deformed or something like that, and the son killed Catherine. That was part of the curse, was the son was weird or whatever. And he killed his mother, he ripped her throat, and then James got blamed for the death, and then he tried to appease the entity with the amulet. So yeah, that was the son, Robin, who had been kept down there the whole time. And I'm going to stop here for today, because that was a long episode. It's going to take a while to upload. But there's one more chapter in the director's cut that I'll do maybe tomorrow. There's an extra little level we can do. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this adventure. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you got a couple scares and some entertainment out of it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I am Phantom Darkness 135. I thank you for joining me once again, and I'll see you next time. I am out of here.